just putting that on there to see if I can maybe trip out or something. Uh, yeah, weekly insight time. Woohoo! My resolve has been tested this week. I've just been doing a little bit of analysis, and it turns out I've had 9 losing trades in a row. So I'm celebrating because I've got 9 trades, 9 losing trades in a row on a 10 grand account. And obviously, when I'm trading a £2 million account, those 9 are going to be bigger and screwing with me even harder. So all these lessons I'm learning are invaluable. Very happy about that. Right, okay, I'll try not to be a complete knob. It's very hard for me. So, yeah, as I said, I just keep getting hammered and hammered and hammered. So this is January. I'm now 3% down, which is fantastic news, obviously. Sorry, I'll just bring my screen up. I've got a P&L curve, which is it's perfect, just going down instead of up. So, it's completely inverted of what I wanted. And this week alone, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, what's that? 6 losing trades. Awesome. But let's look at the positives, right? So looking at the positives, as I say, I'm losing it on okay, it's not on a tiny account. It's an all right bit of money, but it's not at the end of the world. I'm going to be in these scenarios again. I will definitely be going through drawdown again. So the more you get used to it, the better, right? There's the positives. Second positive, whilst I'm having tons of losers here, the biggest one there is 0.72%. So I'm well under a 1% loss per trade, which is good. All the others are under 0.5%, and a fair few of them are around the kind of 0.3%, which is exactly where I want to be. So I've actively moved away from trying to lose, having max risk of 1%. I'm aiming for about 0.5, 0.3, 0.5. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, the way that I trade, my kind of whole way I look at the markets are that I kind of wriggle in on the cheap, right? So I'm trying to get in on a market moving in one direction for a bit longer than other people think so. So often I'm not so much looking at the targets and where the market might go. I'm just trying to get in with a minimal amount of risks or within a trading plan and letting it run. Now, when I say I'm not too involved with targets, I have to make sure that there's not like a load of resistance in the way or whatever that's just going to knock it straight back. Okay, but as long as it looks like it can run for a bit, they're the kind of trades I'm looking at, and they just ain't happening for me. I'm getting in on everything, getting in on every trade, and it's choppy, and it reverses the other way. I personally would have thought that the law of averages alone would have meant that I'd be getting the odd winner, but I'm not right now. But as I'd say to anyone else, this is it. This is the game, right? So if I can't handle it, get out. I'll carry on. Right, okay, so that's the weekly close. So it's a bit of money, but it's 0.23%, bringing me 3% down effectively for January, early February. Let's see where it goes from here. Going forward, my risk is all good on the existing trades. They're not doing me, we'll have a look at them in a minute. They're not doing me particular favours at the moment, but I've got 1.32% on there. No, I've got nothing to do with these trades. There is actually a trade that I'd like to look at on Aussie USD. And then we've got some news stuff. So we'll have a look at the trades in a minute. News-wise, I had Virgil the Wolf shouting at me earlier on, going, have you got anything Euro open? I can see why now. Doing the analysis on a Monday means I'm not so close to it. But, I'm going to say I don't worry too much about news. It may be my downfall. I'm just looking at some of the Euro stuff now. You can see it has moved a bit, nothing too massive. Then tomorrow we've got some Aussie stuff. Wednesday, New Zealand. And Friday, some CAD stuff. So there is news around, which could kick us around, especially seeing, as you can see, I've got New Zealand stuff. So Wednesday I could get bumpy and CAD. So I could get clobbered twice there. But, you never know. One of these days it might actually go in my favour. Where's a coin? I'm going to flip a coin. Oh, shit. Right, anyway, so that's that. What was I going to look at? Yeah, so existing trades. Let me, where am I going to pop this? Pop this over here. So let's look at US 30 first. 31st? The US 30. Let's look at it first. So what have we got going on here? This is 8-hour chart. Let's get onto a daily and let's say a 8-hourly. So we like the bigger time frames. I basically did another punt bet. Quite a bit of support around this level here, 20,000. I was basically betting that this is a spike above. We've got momentum divergence, price divergence here. But, you know, in effect, this market could still be walking around. So I basically did a short near the 20 with a limit here. So it's kind of a numerical S&R trade. But I've got 0.2% on it. So I've got really small amount of risk and I can win 1.2. So what's that? It's about 6 to 1. Let's call it 5 to 1. Triple R of 5. So only got to win that one in every 5 times, which obviously is impossible for me at the moment. So yeah, that's that. Now indices in general, they are looking a bit bearish. I keep a close eye, being a UK boy, keep a close eye on this. This literally looks like it's bounced off the 7.2, might be heading down. Although who knows with this world that we're in at the moment. German 30 also looks similar, the DAX. No, it doesn't. It looks much more significant. Oh yeah, okay. So we had Europe news today as the wolf was shouting at me. So 10 o'clock. So I'm over at the 2 o'clock. 2 hour. Oh, no, it's happening. So this sell-off was happening before the news came out today, but it's obviously looking a bit short there. Bit upset I haven't got in on that. What could I do here? So we'll see if it gets out of here. See if it gets much below here, and then it might pull back to this level, and then we'd have a good short there. So we'll see what goes on with that. What else have I got open? NZDUSD. So things are looking more short against the dollar, or they've been setting up a bit more short. So I've actually been in this trade twice already. So when I'm saying I'm a nice boy and not over leveraging, I mean, you could argue that doing this, although I've got in for different reasons in fairness. So this is a momentum sell trade here. Got a little sell signal there, and I'm hoping that this, I'm waiting, I'm aiming for this sucker to roll over and go a little bit short. I've got 2 positions on it, and they are of different sizes, I believe. Yeah, so the last pullback, the higher one, which is up 18 pips, is a heavier weight. The risk is still about the same though, so I got 0.5 on across the board. But yeah, so we'll see what this does. It's a nice sell signal on the daily there. But who knows? I mean, it's looking long on the. That's the problem with it, is that it's looking long on the weekly. But yeah, we will see. So I'll see how I'm going to play that. Again, I'm always looking for runners, so let it run. If not, maybe I'll offload a bit of this 0.7 level. Not entirely certain yet. First port of call is, before I worry too much about that, it's going to be getting break even. I know you always need a plan, but I only ever have 2 options. I either get out at previous support or I let it run, and I will probably do both. I'll aim to offload a bit of the position and let the other bit run. So that's that. I've got NZDCAD, which is, let's hop over to the daily. Oh no, let's leave it on that for now actually. So daily, I got in on a daily sell signal here, which is obviously killing me backwards. You can hear the grimace in my teeth. It's moving against me, but we do have there is a reason for putting 2 positions on this and putting a bit of weight behind it, and that's this massive support level here. So the play is that we've kind of pipped above it, didn't like it, and we're going to carry on down. Stops might be a little bit too tight. Welcome to the pleasure dome. That's more than possible. Yeah, well, I'm just going to let that play out. I certainly won't be pushing them that way because I'll break my risk management. So we'll be a good boy there. Yeah, so that's that. We talked about that. Silver's been making a bit of a move upwards actually, which I'm quite happy with. I'm a silver lover. Silver today, I've been keeping an eye on it. It's a little bit bullish, which is quite exciting for people that are buying that like buying silver. So yeah, it'd be nice to see this on a bit of a uptrend again, but we do have some support coming in around these levels here, which might slow us around. Well, it's just where we are actually, interestingly enough. Somewhere around here might, slow us down a little bit. But I've always been, as much as I'm obviously a fundamental bull on silver, I kind of thought that we were bottoming out here. So it would make sense that, this is weekly, so it would make sense it would go up and then retrace a bit. It's probably retraced a bit more further than I thought it might, but yeah, there we go. So what did it retrace? 61% fib. Gotta love that. Almost textbook. In fact, it probably would look a bit more textbook on a monthly. Sorry, I'm geeking out now. Can't help myself. This crap all over the chart now. So if we plonk that there, yeah, don't mind that. That's quite nice. Which means we could be. I don't use my fibs too much. I use them on top of other stuff. But if you were to believe Fibonacci doodah-deedahs, we could be in for something. Your next level would be, you'd be wanting to make $23. I'm just pausing there for a moment, wishing I got in on this, because let's go back to the daily. $23. Obviously, you've got to get through this peak, but $23 is a long way away. Woohoo! So, what do we do with this sucker? I guess what I want it to do is run for a bit, pull back. So what would the dream be? We've got support here. The dream would probably be that it got through this support here and then pulled back down to around this $18, and then we see a buy signal. That'd be a good move. It's not there yet because it's got to get through this peak, and what will probably happen is it will get a bit congested around here, chop around a bit, and it could head down short, right? Because this could be like a kind of messed up head and, well, it's not head and shoulders really, but it could revert. However, this support's not strong. So yeah, I want it to carry on, pull back, buy signal with weak momentum like we almost saw here, but I was shorting here, so screwed myself up here. I wasn't going near the market. But then I'm calling 23. There you go, said it. I'm calling $23 for a whole ounce of silver. I'm saying that if we get past $18. Yep. So there you go. You heard it. If we get through 18, we're up to. I'm calling it up to 23. I'm sure someone will quote me on that when they pound my head in. How am I doing for time? I'm probably boring the hell out of you now. 13 minutes. God, it's short. Don't know if anyone ever sticks to me this long. What else was I going to say? Not much else except for one trade that is potentially hanging around, which was an Aussie dollar sell. So actually, I'm going to reload my charts because I've been fiddling with them. Aussie dollar sell, boom, rolling. Aussie dollar sell. Come on, let's not forget it. Are you going to load? It's thinking about it. Ooh. Aussie dollar sell. Aussie dollar. And the reason we are contemplating that is because we are in a kind of resistance-y type range at the moment. So yeah, you see all this here. You could potentially argue that we've got support about there, and we can put our stops about there and then aim around there. Taking that trade, we probably would get in about where we are. So 230 pips to 420. Don't mind that too much. Particularly as over on the daily, well, it looks like, well, you can see it here. It looks like it might be running out of momentum, about to cross over. So I will probably be putting that on. In fact, I might just put it on now. Bloody app market thing gets me every time. Am I going to be a good boy? What do I want? Probably not any more than that, actually. Yeah, that. And then what did I say for down there? Let's have a look at, see how this looks. 0.72796. Go. Yeah, it doesn't look so good when you look at it like that, does it? Which is why I don't really like support and resistance trades, to be honest, because it always looks shite. Nah, I'm not going to do it. If someone else loves support and resistance, you can go for it. But I don't know if I've fallen off the thing. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for your time. I'd love to hear how your trading is going. I've been getting pummeled and pummeled and pummeled, but I love it. I get back up and I'm fighting. In other news, everything's going pretty well, actually. You know, it's Monday, but jumped up, started to crush. Been working a lot on the business side of things. That's going well. Lots of learning, lots of reading, all this cool stuff. I don't know if anyone from Two Blokes Trading has made it this far, but a big hello to you guys. I'm really enjoying what you guys are up to. I've just been so busy. I'm dying to check out some of your stuff. I've seen you just released the one with Akil Stokes, which is really cool, actually, because he's a trader I've been following for probably about a year, maybe a year and a half. God, time flies. Probably 2 years. And yeah, I've got a lot of time. I've a lot of time for Akil. I've not got into exactly how he's trading. I know he does all this cipher pattern type stuff, but you can tell when people speak logic, right? And he speaks a lot of logic. So really looking forward to checking out your interview. Yeah, I'm going to try to shut up because I can't help it. Everyone have fun, have a great week, love you lots, and live the goddamn dream. Woo!